hi, how are you doing? And you crave for connection, you want to connect to somebody's son. You do not need a man, girl. You don't need a lady in your bed every time you feel lonely. It's not necessary. The solution you need is within you. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button just down there. It's free. Please subscribe, like, please. My name is Elle. If you're new here, I'm a Kenyan YouTuber and you'll get to know me better. Anyway, today I'm talking about loneliness, as you can see from the title. So naturally, I tend to believe I'm a passionate person and I handle everything with passion, including my friendships and my relationships. No wonder I'm still single, because I allowed myself to be myself, okay? And I feel like when it comes to being lonely, everyone feels lonely, but you tend to see that it's the single people who are more confident and comfortable in talking about loneliness, even though even married people feel lonely, even those who are in relationships feel lonely. And loneliness is that emptiness you feel sometimes, just some type of way you crave for connection, you want to be close to somebody's son. Not necessary. I'm also somebody who really loves listening to podcasts, and if you love listening to podcasts, hey, and please give me a thumbs up, because it's starting to drizzle and I have to film this video. So most of the podcasts that I listen to are those that are here on YouTube. I do not access the platforms as a podcast, but I also follow people who actually watch podcasts. So there is this particular lady who mentioned that a podcaster who she was listening to was mentioning how this generation that we are in is so full of highlights, but it is lonely, full of lonely people. And I agree 101%. When you go to Instagram, mostly for me, when I scroll through Instagram, I feel more empty and emptier, because you tend to compare yourself to other people. You tend to see people are living life, you tend to feel like yours is more boring, but no, it's just normal. They also have their normal life. It's just like it is the highlights that they're putting on Instagram. So I got a habit. I learned a habit. Is that how I'm supposed to say? I took on a habit. Whatever, man. This year that I do not scroll on Instagram as I used to years before. So nowadays I just go on Instagram to just post. When I'm posting a picture and then I post stories and that's it, I'm out. Not good for a creator, because you gotta be consistent. But I will choose my peace any day. I will choose my sanity any day. So that emptiness is what we call loneliness. And the podcaster was saying that loneliness, it's a reminder for your brain that you're craving for a connection, that you need to connect to somebody or to something. You've lost connection in something, so it's just a reminder. When you feel lonely, just so your mind is telling you need to connect. And there are simple ways for you to connect, except you're going into relationships that you don't want to be in. So me, I don't run into relationships, so I'm very much okay, because that craving for connection, that emptiness, is something that God has created in us. It's normal to feel lonely, so we need to always fill it up. They say you cannot pour from an empty cup. That is exactly what it means. So the easiest way to feel your loneliness, it's family. You connect to your family members. If you're not close to your family members, like me, except 1 to 3 family members, yeah, so yours might not be as close as some other family setups dynamics are, and which is okay. And there is also friendships. You need deep connecting friendships, not just shallow friendships where it's just about where are we going on the weekend, where are we spending the weekend, or what do people say shallow friendships are like. You only call people when you need them. Those friendships that are so standard that you talk to them often, you intentionally connect to them. And sometimes you be scrolling through your contacts. I don't know about you, but me, I find myself when I'm feeling lonely, I scroll through my contacts again. I have an average of 300 contacts. So out of those 300, I feel like only 2 or 3 people that I talk to, let's say a handful of people. And I don't know why I usually get myself scrolling like, who can I call? No, but it's the usual people. And it's a fact I have to accept, that you only talk to a few people, and only few people do you connect with, and that is okay. You don't need to have a million people who you connect with, even those that you would like to connect with. And akuna, sometimes you're the one who's putting the effort on one side, and the other party is not also putting the effort. So those people who we call each other often, those are my people, so I know them. Anytime I feel lonely, I'm like, da da da, let me call. Hi, how are you doing? And you end up laughing. You have an awesome conversation, and everything is okay. At the end of the call, they have filled your cup. So have people who fill up your cup. So me, I have the friends that I fill up my cup, and I thank the Lord for that. Another thing that can actually help you fill up your cup is have hobbies. And I don't mean just any hobby like swimming. I don't know, maybe it can be swimming or anything. Have soul hobbies that are for the soul. So for me, it depends with wherever I go. When I was living with my sister, it was nature walking. Oh my, oh my, I actually explored that place even more than my sister was living there. I loved the nature in that place. The exotic birds, is that the word? There was so many unique birds in that place that I don't even see here now that I moved here. So when you move, you actually have to find another soul hobby, because this is my village. I grew up here. I know everywhere. So nature walking is not the best soul hobby for myself. So I tend to sweep the compound. Oh my god, that thing, I feel like it is so underrated. So I discovered when I sweep the compound, it's a green compound full of grass, just like this one. When I sweep the compound, I feel like it's gathering my thoughts. And then sometimes I just sweep in silence. I'm just like, yeah, in my thoughts, just, you know that kind of design of seeing leaves everywhere, and then you compact them together, and now it is clean. And then when the morning you wake up, you're just like, oh my god, this was therapy. It feels nice to wake up to a clean compound. That is what I'm saying. So that is my soul hobby. It fills me, it helps me clear my head. Sweeping the compound, so simple. So most of the things that fill up your cup might be so simple that you might be so assuming that it should be this big thing, like going for vacations. Oh my goodness, vacations are also nice, but I feel like when you go on a vacation, I've gone to one, when you come back, you also feel like it's taking you back to zero, like you have to adjust again. So these two small things are nice, so for me, it's sweeping the compound. Please comment down below, what is your soul hobby? If you are hearing that one for the first time today, please find a soul hobby. I have taught you a new word. There is this book I read, it's called Ikigai, and I'm gonna do a video about the books you should read, because oh my, books are so underrated, and people nowadays don't like reading. Naona watu hawapendi kwenda shule. And in that book, it called that emptiness, it called it Sunday neurosis. And I thought that is such a beautiful word. I've never forgotten that word. Find a soul hobby, or comment down below, what's your soul hobby? What is that thing that you do when you're stressful that helps you clear your head? For me, it's like sweeping the compound, and I make it once weekly. Like, I'm just clearing my head. It's like align my thoughts, like it helps me releases my thoughts. So family, friends, and your soul hobbies are some of the things that help you stop being lonely. Like, they give you that connection. Another thing is your spiritual life. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? Spiritual life is so important. Connecting to God. If you do Bible studies, good for you. That one is not for me. I used to do Bible study when I was in uni, when niliokoka, the first time I gave my life to Christ, and I used that a season of my life so well. So even in the last video, that was such a passionate video on outfits, I actually, almost all the verses as zilibaki in my heart, like I read them years ago, and some of them you're reminded when you go to church. So I'm actually good with my spiritual life. So connecting to God, connecting to your higher self, whether it is meditating, whether it is going to church. That's why I said in the last video that church helps me feel my emptiness, because it is. Going to church helps you feel your empty. Being together, that togetherness, singing and dancing and shouting. I feel like the church is the only place I shout to my loudest voice. So yeah, you need your spiritual life. You need to connect to something, and wherever that spirituality is for you, define it. So yeah, I think, guys, we are done with the video. I'm not really in love with today's makeup, but it's cute. I mean, it's cute. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you share this video, subscribe, because it's free. I cannot do this on my own. I need more than 400 subscribers to get to my target, which is 2,000. Anyway, thank you so much. Please comment down below how you fix your loneliness. You do not need to rush into relationships for you to feel your loneliness. That's why I feel like I'm so comfortable being alone, and that's why I'm trying to date around nowadays, since the year started. And yeah, I'm gonna say, you do not need a man, girl. You don't need a man. And if you're a man watching, you don't need a lady in your bed every time you feel lonely. It's not necessary. The solution you need is within you. Okay, bye.